YouTubers versus TikTokers boxing. Would I have ever thought I would be this interested and this invested in something like this? Probably, yeah. And I already know there are going to be some of you saying like, oh, YouTube boxing is not real boxing. I'm not going to watch this fake influencer boxing. Shut up. You don't watch influencer boxing because you think it's good boxing. You watch it because it's funny. I'm not sitting there watching these events being like, oh, well, Austin's got like a really good jab. You can really get, like, what? You got like real professional boxing when like mans take their entire lives since they were 5 years old punching fucking bags in their garage. That's an entire thing. That's its entire own sport. So there's like the real professional actual boxing on one side, and then there's the YouTube influencer dog shit boxing, and then there's Floyd Mayweather fighting Logan Paul, which what the fuck. I've always watched YouTube boxing because it's funny. It's funny to see these guys go in the ring and beat the shit out of each other, or at least attempt to. Like, look at it like this. At the end of the day, whether it's professional boxing or this YouTube horse shit, it's entertainment. It's funny to watch. It's funny to watch all the press conferences, all the beefs, the diss tracks, whatever, people barking at each other back and forth. If you have no idea what's going on and you're kind of just listening to me talk, on June 12th, there's going to be an influencer boxing match. And the entire shtick of it is, it's going to be one side entirely YouTubers versus the other side entirely TikTokers. So the official press conference for this event, being hosted by FouseyTube and Keemstar, happened just a couple days ago, and holy shit did it get spicy. So here's what we're going to do, you and I together. We're going to make a tier list and rank every single person that's fighting on this card based on their performance during the press conference. We're going to do a press conference tier list. I'm going to try to like not incorporate their fighting abilities that much from like what we see in their sparring footage or anything, because I haven't watched shit and I'm kind of too lazy to. I'm mainly going to rank them based on like their overall bravado and how confident they seem about fighting, and obviously what they said during the press conference and how much of like an act they put out. Alright, yo, so the live stream that I watched of the press conference was like kind of scuffed and it didn't really show me everything of the press conference, so I thought I got everybody, but there was actually two more people. I don't really know the names of both of them, but the kid with the mullet saying that he hasn't started training, he's going to start next week. What are you doing? Get in D tier. And then the other guy was like kind of average, so I'll give him like a B tier. So we got Landon versus Ben, Landon being Austin McBroom's brother, I think. I don't think I'm going to show many clips, so you guys can just watch the press conference for yourself and then come back to this video, or if you've seen it already, hey, how you doing? So first up, I'm going to rank Ben. Honestly, man, I'm giving him a solid A. I don't know the full details. Apparently he got thrown into this shit last minute. Seems like a good kid. Seems pretty confident in himself, saying he just wants to try new things. He's not really having this entire like huge bravado, and that can be very scary. As for like shit talking, he didn't really do any of that. He kind of just stayed to himself, said, hey, I'm new to this shit. I'm kind of just down to try it out. He got asked a question by Fousey saying, is this just like a quick money grab, or are you actually about this shit? And obviously a big factor in it is him doing it for the money, but he also did seem pretty convincing, saying whatever happens, happens. I might be down to do this shit later. As for Landon, on the other side, he didn't really seem too convincing on him actually being a good boxer. He spent like half the time yelling and beefing with Ben's entourage than Ben himself, and then he calls out Taylor Holder after he's gonna beat up Ben. Not really feeling his bravado. I think I'm gonna put him in C's here. Alright, so next up we got Tanner Fox versus Ryland Storms. Tanner starts off saying he does this because he likes money, which fucking obviously. Tanner also brings up that he's a scooterer and he has beef with skaters, which I think Ryland's a skater. For Tanner, I'm gonna give him like a B. Maybe like a B close A. I'm gonna give him an A. I'll give him, no, I'm not gonna give him an A. I'll give him a B. This Ryland guy just kind of said like, we'll see what happens. You know, when we get in the ring, we'll see what happens, man. I'm going to give him a C. Honestly, I might even give him a D. He didn't give me shit. Next up, we got FaZe Jarvis versus Michael Lee. I think FaZe Jarvis, man, he talked this shit. He exposed Michael Lee for trying to create like fake beef and fake controversy. Caught this guy with his fucking nuts hanging, saying he's training hard every day, making sure he doesn't get knocked out. Jarvis came back, said, yo, I'm training to make sure you do get knocked out. Jarvis gets an S from me. I fuck with this guy a lot. Michael Lee, he didn't really give us much. He seems like a nice kid, very non-confrontational, so I'll give him a benefit of the doubt. He did what he can. I'm going to give him a C tier though. He didn't really give us much. Michael Lee, we'll put him down on C. So next up, we got Deji versus Nate Wyatt, I think his name is. I think this one's the most fair fight. I got no idea who's going to win this one. Based on both of their bravados, DDG was kind of playing the game like kind of slacking off. He didn't really sound like he was too serious about shit. I hate it when these men say they're doing this shit for money. Just do this shit because you want to fucking fight and it's fun to you, not because like you're just doing it for money. I get that's a factor. I understand that's why half of these men are on here, but at least trying to like make it sound convincing. Like give us a show or something. something. So that definitely docked some points for me. Nate Wyatt came out very honestly. He responded to the shit talking and the criticism that he was getting, saying he was going to get rocked. And he basically said, yeah, I've never boxed before, but I'm training. I'm giving Nate an A and DDG a B, maybe even a low C. I feel like Nate wants it more than DDG does. DDG just kind of looks like he's slacking off. All right, yo, next up we got Deji versus Vinnie Hacker. I got respect for Deji in this sense. Despite his past during this press conference, I think he did a good job. He gave credibility towards Vinnie. A lot of people were saying that he chose an easy fight because Vinnie's never boxed before. Deji did box. We all know that Deji fought Jake Paul some time ago. He has like the boxing background. He's trained with the same trainer that KSI trains with, Vidal. He took some shots at Slim, which is the guy who fucked up Fusi. Took some shots at Fusi. Bryce Hall got involved, called out Taylor Holder. I think Deji came up top. I think I'm going to give him like a solid A tier. As for Vinnie, we have another one of these guys saying that they're just doing it for money and that, oh, we'll see what happens on the day of. You got to give us something more than that, man. If you're getting offered a huge bag, you better sell the show somehow. Don't just do it for like a quick money grab and just dip. Honestly, I'm going to give Vinnie a C tier for his overall bravado. Deji, on the other hand, showed some respect. Vinnie didn't really have much to say, so he gets a C tier for that. Now we're really getting up here. Next up, we got a Nissan Gib versus Taylor Holder. I got to be honest with you guys, man. I like Taylor. I do. I just do. He just seems like a good guy. I don't know why I like him so much. A Nissan Gib, to be honest, I had no idea who he was before he started boxing Jake Paul. Taylor seems very confident in himself and his fighting ability. I think he's the most experienced fighter on this card. He could probably beat the shit out of every single one of these guys. Honestly, I'm giving Taylor an S tier. He seems very confident. He seems very honest. He's not here to put up a show. He knows his experience. He knows he could probably fuck up Gib. Gib, on the other hand, I'm giving him a B tier. He doesn't sound convincing enough. Now this is where shit gets spicy. We got Austin McBroom versus Bryce Hall, the main card, the main event. Oh, you're joking me. Fuck, man. Are you serious? I'm not going to change the camera around. I'm just going to do it live like this. I'll just do it in post. Bryce overall was like pretty cringy, if I'm being completely honest. Like throughout the entirety of the thing, he was the one talking the most. He was doing a lot of the shit talking, which is good. It sells the fight. It challenges people's egos, which I think he did a great job in challenging Austin's ego by doing so. Austin claims that he's going to knock out Bryce in the first round, which is like, that's not going to happen. There's just no way. Everyone knows that Bryce has been in scraps before. This isn't his first rodeo. He's not getting knocked out. I think Austin thinks he's going to win because he's a D1 athlete and he thinks his basketball career can carry him. We all know what happened to Nate Robinson. Basketball and being an athlete and a boxer are two different things. So as for like the shit talking between the two of them, obviously Bryce did a majority of it. And then the big brawl ended up happening out of nowhere because fucking Bryce's ego also got challenged. I think that both of them deserve a C tier. If anything, Bryce higher up on that C tier list. I think their shit talking skills won't really match up to like their boxing skills. So on screen right now is my official press conference tier list. We're not talking about fighting abilities and who I think is the best boxer between everybody on the card. So right now I'm going to give you guys my predictions on who I think is going to win each fight. So starting at the bottom, going all the way to the top, Tanner Fox versus Ryland Storms. Honestly, I think this one's a very neutral fight. I don't know who's going to win. If I had to guess, I don't really know Ryland. I don't watch Tanner that much, but I'm going to side with my YouTube boys. I'm going to say Tanner for this one. Ryland seemed like he didn't really give a shit. He's not really giving me much, so I can't really work with that. FaZe Jarvis, he's got this one in the fucking bag, man, if I'm being completely honest. Michael Lee, from what I saw during the press conference, just looks like a nice kid. Doesn't seem like he has that like killer instinct to really get in there. I'm talking about YouTube boxing like it's professional boxing, but I could be completely wrong. He could beat the complete shit out of FaZe Jarvis. Don't think it's going to happen, though. DDG versus Nate Wyatt. I'm putting a cross at this because this is the most neutral fight. I don't know who's going to win. DDG seemed like he didn't give a shit. Nate Wyatt seemed like he really wanted it. Maybe I'm leaning more on like the Nate Wyatt side, but then again, this is probably the most neutral fight, and I'm really excited to see this one. Next up, we got Deji versus Vinnie Hacker. I think Vinnie... Are you stupid? Deji's crunching this kid. Taylor Holder, he's fucking godlike. That's S tier right there. Goddamn sexy ass motherfucker. And now for the main event on who I think is going to win between Bryce Hall and Austin McBroom. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I think Bryce has just got this one in the bag. Austin just seems like it's a money grab. Austin just doesn't seem like he wants it enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Bryce is like a fighter. He's got that fighting background. Austin just doesn't seem like he wants it as bad as Bryce does. Bryce was a little bit cringy doing shit like this during the press conference and whatnot. But I think when it actually comes to fighting in the ring, I think Bryce is going to come up on top. And I also don't think it's going to be by a knockout. I think it's going to go on to later rounds. It's going to be decided by points. You guys have to understand that like fighting with heavy ass gloves that might as well be pillows and head guards, it's hard to knock someone out. I don't think it's going to happen. I think both of them are going to get pretty roughed up, maybe some bloody noses. I don't think it's going to be by knockout. I think he's just going to gas out Austin. Like a clean knockout on the floor, I doubt it. It's going to go into later rounds, decided by points by the judges. If anything, it might be a draw. If it's a draw, I'm punching fucking both my monitors. But yeah, that's my official prediction. Influencer boxing, whether you like it, you hate it. At the end of the day, it's entertainment, and that's just entertaining as fuck to me. I don't care. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think down below about my predictions or my tier list or anything like that, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.